Sometimes the most terrifying monsters are those that exist in the corners of our minds, flickering at the edge of our vision, just out of reach. One such figure has haunted the darkest reaches of the internet, creeping through the shadows of forums, threads, and stories shared between strangers. His name? Slender Man. It all began in 2009 on a humble website, Something Awful, where an online contest asked participants to create eerie images and myths. Among them, one image stood out: a tall, thin man in a suit, with a face that wasn't there at all. His limbs stretched impossibly long, his body unnaturally thin, and his presence, an absence of humanity that no one could quite describe. He was not of this world, and thus, Slender Man was born. But what started as a simple creation, a fictional monster for a digital age, soon grew darker. People across the world began weaving tales of his presence. Slender Man wasn't just a figment of imagination. He became a force of terror. They said he stalks the woods, appearing where no one should be. He is always there, watching, waiting. He doesn't chase. No, he only watches. And the fear he instills is enough to drive those he stalks to madness. Many believe he targets children. His tall, unsettling figure too terrifying for adults to truly understand. Yet children are drawn to him, sometimes even driven to do unspeakable things in his name. Over time, the myths grew. Slender Man wasn't just a figure in the woods anymore. He became a shadow in dreams, a haunting presence in the periphery of reality. Some say he can control minds, whispering to those who are vulnerable. Others claim that he is ancient, a being that predates human civilization, roaming the forests since the beginning of time. But what makes him truly terrifying isn't just his form. It's the idea that he is always watching, always waiting, never fully seen, but always felt. And then, in 2014, something happened that blurred the line between fiction and reality. Two young girls, only 12 years old, carried out a horrifying act, claiming they did it for Slender Man. They believed he would reward them. They believed he was real. The tragedy that followed shocked the world. It was a reminder that the darkness in the internet can spill into the real world, where the line between myth and reality is far thinner than we care to believe. But even after that, Slender Man's story didn't end. No, his presence only seemed to grow stronger, more embedded in the corners of culture. He became a figure of fascination and fear in movies, games, and stories shared by countless people, each adding a little more to the legend. The images persisted. People claimed to have seen him in their peripheral vision, and rumors spread of sightings deep in the woods, yet no one could ever confirm his existence. Some say Slender Man lives on, an entity both born of our fears and fed by them. Maybe he's not just a creature of the forest. Maybe he lives in the places we dare not look, in the cracks between reality and imagination. Today, his name is known by millions, and the stories of his haunting continue to spread like wildfire. But what if he's not done yet? What if, after all this time, Slender Man is still out there, waiting? So, next time you find yourself alone, in a quiet place, and a chill runs down your spine, a strange sense that you're being watched creeps over you, think carefully. Is it just the wind, or is he there? Slender Man, waiting for you in the shadows as he always has.